Yo, that music! It's been so long since we've been in Pokemon Insurgence. All the memories are suddenly flooding back. Fedoro, Mistake, this one here whose name I don't remember. Yes, Morgana! So before we jump into it, I got some things to explain. This is going to be Season 2 of Insurgence. If you want to check out Season 1, there's 40 episodes in the playlist. I will link it in the description. I recommend you catch up with the whole series if you haven't watched it before, because of course this is going to be continuing on from where we left off. I would say this is more like an episode 0 of the second season, as we're not going to properly kick off the story just yet, but we're going to do a little recap and gather some items and Pokemon that I may have missed in the previous update or in the last series. You know, there's some things that we left off unfinished, so we're gonna take care of all of that in this episode 0, and episode 1 will be coming out on Friday of this week, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and like I said, make sure to hit that like button, show your support for the return of the greatest, most anticipated MunchingOrange series of all time. There's a couple of other series that I still need to finish as well, but Insurgence is definitely a good one to start off with. So without further ado, let's hop into the recap. And I mean, what is the best way we can summarize Pokemon Insurgence for those of you guys that haven't watched the series? I guess I could say there's cults. Cults everywhere. So basically, there's these 5 cults, right? You got the Cult of Darkrai, the Abyssal Cult, the Infernal Cult, the Sky Cult, and Perfection Cult. Each of these cults has a leader with their own ideals for the world, and they'll stop at nothing to achieve it, even going as far as sacrificing people to summon legendary Pokemon, or blowing up innocent children because they have something the cult needs. The game begins inside the Cult of Darkrai, where our character's getting his memories wiped by Gengar, when suddenly Mew shows up. Soon after, we meet a boy about our age named Damien, and he tells us the Augur is coming to visit his nearby hometown. The Augur, by the way, is a sort of leader and hero of the region who took down most of the cults, then mysteriously disappeared about a year ago. This guy here is Jern, the second Augur, who took up the mantle after the first Augur disappeared. We'll talk more about Jern later though. Eventually we meet a girl named Nora who's partners with the mythical Pokemon Celebi. She tells us about a prophecy that says the bearer of a Pixie Legendary will defeat all the cults. What the heck is a Pixie Legendary? I don't know, I guess the small ones? Which means either our character or Nora could be the hero of this story. We finally reach the first gym, and the leader, Orion, locally known as Onion Boy, seems to have an obsession with this white rock. We beat him and the Perfection Cult shows up searching for, you guessed it, the white rock. Turns out the white rock was actually Reshiram, and the cult tries to capture it but fail, and Reshiram becomes Onion's partner. In the next city, Damien is overheard talking about Mew and Celebi right in front of an Abyssal cultist. So naturally, they kidnap Damien and hold him hostage at the city dump, when suddenly Shaman comes to his rescue. Shaman teams up with Damien, and he officially becomes the third Poké-destined of the Pixie Legendary prophecy. Powered up and ready for action, Damien comes up with a plan to warn Augur Jern about the Sky Cult coming to attack him. However, the cult has beat us to the Augur's tower and are blocking the entrance, so we have to sneak in through the black market. Down here we end up finding the Perfection Cult's base and meet their leader Ryukra, who actually gave our starter Pokemon to the professor at the beginning of the game. He's accompanied by his goon Tane, and after battling him we get the ability to Mega Evolve. We manage to meet with the Augur along with Gym Leader East and warn them about the Sky Cult. Jern seems to agree, but then out of absolutely nowhere, he tells the Sky Cultist to come out. That's right, Jern, the second Augur, was actually the leader of the Sky Cult the whole time. The Sky Cult want to sacrifice someone to summon Rayquaza, and Gym Leader East says we should be the ones, but Jern offers a challenge instead. A battle with East to determine who dies, and in the most bittersweet gym challenge of all time, we win our third badge, and East gets sacrificed. Jern then calls us to the top of the tower to show us his magic crystal with unlimited power. He summons Rayquaza and together they battle us with the power of Mega Evolution, and somehow they still lose. Damien and Shaman show up and shatter the crystal, saving the world. For now. Jern sets off to find the shattered pieces of the crystal, and we don't really hear much else about him. Our heroes continue on their journey and reach the Miara Town library, where a spooky oracle tells us another prophecy. That a hero chosen by a legendary Pokemon will succeed, but betray their friends and join the Infernal Cult. We also meet an edgy librarian. Remember him. In Miara Town, we meet another member of the Abyssal Cult who claims the blue orb on display in the museum is actually a fake, and she's had the real one all along because she's the leader of the Abyssal Cult, Audrey. Audrey steals the title bell and heads to the Whirl Islands in order to summon the legendary Lugia, even bringing the dancing kimono girls back from the dead. We manage to beat down the Barefoot Bandit, and the Abyssal Cult flees for now. Next, we take on the Sonata City gym leader Harmony, and afterwards Nora tells us the hospital where Harmony's father is staying is out of power. Turns out the Perfection Cult are behind it, and they offer to save Harmony's dad's life by injecting him with Pokerus. You know, the virus meant for Pokemon. The experiment works, and Harmony's dad lives, but he ends up turning into a half-human, half-Deoxys monster. Dad Oxys then kidnaps Damien and disappears, so we head on to the next gym. The Kepler City gym leader Anastasia gives us scuba gear, which lets us dive underwater and find the Abyssal Cult base. There we fight Audrey once again, this time with Primal Kyogre, and she still loses somehow. Suddenly, Dad Oxys shows up and drops another crazy plot twist. Damien is actually Audrey's son. Damien comes back looking a bit rough around the edges, and under mind control from Dad Oxys, he takes the crystal from Audrey, which frees Kyogre. The legendary beast plunges Audrey into the depths, and neither are seen again. Sometime later, a mysterious luchador is seen at the spot where we battled Audrey, and mentions something about a mistress and a mirror? I'm sure that's nothing important. We beat the next gym and spot Perfection Cult's Tane heading into the gym leader's secret lab. Turns out the poop-headed leader was working for them underground, crafting Pokemon armor. Onion Boy shows up and fights Tane's new armored Zekrom with his Reshiram, but fails, losing Reshiram in the process. We defeat Tane ourselves and he runs off to the Dragon Ruins. Next up in Heikate Town, we find the Infernal Cult causing trouble in the Fiery Cavern. Inside, we finally say enough is enough and go Super Saiyan to take on the Infernal leader Zenith. Remember that librarian from earlier? Yeah, it turns out he was the Infernal Cult leader because everyone gets a plot twist in this story. Zenith summons Groudon with some demonic chanting, and together they leave for the mountains. Outside the next gym, we catch Persephone, the leader of the cult of Darkrai, talking to her sister Diana, the 6th gym leader. So we kick her ass and she heads out. Seriously, what is up with our character just letting every cult leader run off so easily? After some training, we conquer the Selene Gym and finally make our way to the Dragon Ruins, where Tane awaits. All our efforts so far allow us to reach the ultimate power of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and we take on Tane's mighty dragons. Somehow we pull it off, and with its armor broken, Zekrom flies away, Reshiram returns to Onion Boy, and Tane, well, you should know by now. So we've taken down one cult leader, befriended another, and let 3 of them run away countless times. We've defeated 6 out of the 8 gyms in Tauren, and our best friend got turned into a digital dummy. What could be next for our heroes? I don't know, let's find out right now as we're in Midna Town once again. I don't think this is actually where we left off last. I mean, if we just heard from the recap there, I think we were in Selene City, but thankfully there's this Pika Taxi man in Pokemon Insurgence who can transport us anywhere in the region. What's up, Pika Taxi guy? It's been too long, my dude. What we're actually going to be doing in this episode, aside from the recap, is going and collecting some Delta Pokemon, which, if you don't remember, Delta Pokemon are originally from the trading card game, and they're basically Pokemon with different typing than they're usually found in. As you can see, my character sprite is back to the default. I used to actually use custom sprites in Insurgence, but ever since I updated the game, I think I actually ended up losing all of those. So the Super Saiyan hair, the scarf on my character, all of that is unfortunately gone. I think what I'm gonna do is actually, after we catch all the deltas in this episode, I will leave you guys with a question of which ones we should actually add onto the team. So for now, we'll put Delta Budew in there. I think we also have Delta Luxray with that Vampiric and the EXP share. Oh, that reminds me about something else I have to ask you guys about, but I'll show it off once we're done in the box here. We got Delta Grimer as well. I'm gonna put all the deltas over in box 2, and then all the new ones that we catch today, hopefully will go in there as well. Oh my gosh, I forgot there's a speed up button too. Actually, there's 3 modes of speeding up, I guess. We'll put it on the fastest speed there, and auto run too. Oh my goodness. But yeah, as you can see, some of the items have reappeared, such as TM for Brine. I should have actually checked if I had that TM already or not, because I'm not quite sure if like the items that have reappeared are ones that I already had, and for some reason they're like glitched out because of the new update, or if they're new items that weren't in the last update. So of course now they're out there in the wild, but you may notice them every once in a while around the routes as we explore in today's episode. And in the future episodes, there's going to be some items lying around that I didn't pick up for some reason. But here on Route 2, we've got the Ancient Ruins, and as you can see, there's this wispy, glowing thing here. Now, I believe we should be able to use Celebi's powers of Tesseract, which we just received at the end of the last update. That will allow us to travel back in time. And so here we are back in, I don't even know what year, but the Ancient Ruins have a little bit of a sepia tone on them. I think this is actually where... Okay, well, there's definitely something. Probably gonna want to save the game just in case we can't catch this guy. And maybe put Blossom up first since she's our lowest level. I don't know what level this little Delta Pokemon here is going to be, or necessarily what it even is. Also, apparently we can press V to quick save, or quick save. Oh my gosh, Quip Save, that's my new channel, or second, third channel, maybe. Check it out in the description. We got podcasts every week, but we've got Delta Geodude for now. We do have some quick balls, thankfully. I'm gonna just go for that right off the bat, and we're gonna get our Delta Pokemon hunt started with Delta Geodude here. There was something else I wanted to mention about the items. It's kind of slipping my mind right now, so we'll just focus on the Golem Pokemon here first. Psychic and Rock type. Oh, that actually reminds me of Aburo Nixo from Pokemon Clover. A Delta species discovered by Echo the Third. Who the freak is Echo the Third? I guess he might be like the sprite artist, but shout out Echo the Third. Thank you, man. They are easily mistaken for parts of ruins and may surprise travelers attempting to use them for a bench. Geez, that kind of looks spiky on the bottom side. Maybe if the Geodudes just laid down upside down, no one would sit on them, man. But no nickname for you, dude, unless, you know, we actually decide to add him onto the team. Then maybe I'll consider it. But like I said, guys, we're going to catch a bunch of Delta Pokemon, and then at the end of the episode, y'all can let me know which one of them you want me to use on the team potentially. But, ooh, there's like a little secret passage back here, but it actually doesn't lead us to anything, it seems. How do we get out of here? I think we might just have to use Tesseract again, but I wonder if we can, like, maybe just fly out? Nope, apparently not. Okay. I guess that makes sense, you know, we're back in time right now, so if we flew somehow, I mean, we'd probably still be stuck back in time. I keep pushing the speed up button on accident. I actually like the game at its normal speed, especially with auto run toggled, you know, I feel like you don't really need the speed up. But the next Delta Pokemon we're going to be going after, I believe, is nearby, but not close enough that we can walk there. I got my little sticky notes right here. Dude, sticky notes have saved my life recently. I have a terrible memory, as you guys may know, so these sticky notes have really been quite helpful. So we're gonna fly over to Coral Town, and the nearby Samsara Cave is where we're gonna find our next Delta Pokemon. This is actually a really nice first episode too, just like running around the whole region, kind of reminiscing, remembering what was going on, because it has certainly been a long time, dude. I can't remember exactly when the last episode was, but it's been way too long. So going back to do that recap bit, watching all the old episodes, definitely reminded me of how cool this series was, and like got me really hyped up to finish it finally. So here we are in Samsara Cave. You can see there's like a little Manaphy statue over there, but I don't think we can actually do anything with that yet. Don't know what's going on with this guy, though. It's a statue painstakingly detailed. What exquisite craftsmanship. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that is not a statue, my dude, but, what? Rebel just used high jump kick to break that rock. Okay. And we're actually gonna find a nose pass inside at level 66. Oh my goodness. Do the levels actually scale in this game, or is this not a cave that we could access until later on? I'm not quite sure. I think this actually might not have even been in the first update, because the Delta Pokemon that we can find in here is not one that I remember being, like, when I, used to play the game. I don't remember this Delta Pokemon being in it at all, but maybe it was and I just missed it. Either way, it's in the game now, so we're going to be able to catch it and potentially use it on the team. That is going to be up to you guys. A whole bunch of petrified statues around here, though. I don't know if maybe this Delta Pokemon might have something to do with Medusa. Alls I know is that Roggenrola is tripping if it thinks that we were going to catch it, dude. I don't need any Roggenrolas in my life right now. So we're just going to head on through to this cave and find ourselves a bit of a shrine dedicated to whatever that thing is. Actually, what is that? A statue of Pidgeotto, but it looks different. The metal is cold and hard to the touch. Metal? What are these statues made of, man? Feels like they would have been made ages ago, before, like, the metal ages, if that was a thing. I did not realize there would be wild Pokemon here, though, but as Blossom stands in the fire, rising like a phoenix, we're gonna go ahead and use our Tesseract here and turn back time to see if it can reveal any details about this place. Or apparently an item. Blossom, are you... Okay, yeah, Blossom was on top of it, apparently. We're gonna get the D Pidgeotite, which is actually the Megastone for Delta Pidgeot. But where the heck is the Delta Pidgeot, though? I mean, the only thing I can guess is one of these statues looks a little bit different than the others. Looks different. Don't they all look different, though? Okay, this one has a small button on it, so let's press it and... Oh, I was about to say, I thought nothing happened, dude, but some stairs appear, and now we can go down underground to find ourselves this little guy. Kind of looks like, Spearow to me instead of a Pidgeot, or Pidgey, I guess, but let's see what exactly this thing is, as we've got the Delta Pidgey. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. I guess it might be based on like a chimera, which if you guys don't know is like a hybrid of a lion and an eagle and a snake, or at least usually that's what it's depicted as. Let's go for our quick ball since this thing is at level 12. I don't think any of our Pokemon have any moves that won't kill it. Unless actually Rebel has like False Swipe or something, I don't remember. But thankfully the quick ball works out, so we're not going to have to worry about that. The only thing I am a little worried about is if we were to add this Cockatrice Pokemon here into our team, the Dark and Dragon type, that's actually really cool. A Delta species discovered by Rune Blade. Shout out Rune Blade. I don't actually know if that means they're the person that came up with the concept or drew the sprite or what, but whatever it is, thank you, man. Uses its piercing gaze to petrify foes and then perches on top of their immobile bodies. Ah! So now we know exactly who's been petrifying all those men's in the cave. I thought that petrification only came from like Medusa, but maybe chimeras have that power too? I don't know, I'm not too familiar with chimeras in like fantasy lore and all that. And we're out, boys. So I guess this is a good time to show you the other thing that I was a bit worried about coming into the series. I was just showing off my items, and you might notice that I've got quite a lot of Megastones here. The Feraligatorite, the Delta Venusaurite, the Tyranitar armor, I guess that kind of counts, but the Gallade stone here, and... Well, actually, I don't have a Gallade, but as you can see when I try to give this to a Pokemon, it says the Delta Galladite needs to be sorted first. And the same thing happens for every Megastone that I try to give over to one of my Pokemon. And I think that is because we now have a dedicated pocket to Megastones. As you can see, the Delta Pidgeotite that we just picked up went into this slot. And as far as I know, there's no way to actually resort my bag and put those Megastones into the proper, bag here. We even have the regular Pidgeotite, but I can't do anything with it. I can move it around, but you can't move it into another pocket. So I'm not exactly sure what that means for the Megastones that we've already got. I don't think there's any way that I can, like, give them to my Pokemon, though. I tried actually depositing them into the PC as well. That doesn't seem to work. If I try to directly give it to the Pokemon, as you'll see here, it says the same thing. So, yeah, I don't think there's any way that I can rescue these Mega Stones, which means we might actually just miss out on using Delta Mega Venusaur ever again. Same with Mega Feraligatr, Mega Marowak. I don't know, man. Feels really bad, but I don't think there's any way that I can get these Mega Stones back on our Pokemon. Thankfully, Tyranitar or Gojira here was already holding its Tyranitar, right? Same thing with Rebel, the Delta B-Sharp is already holding its Mega Stones, so those two are good, but the rest of our team are not quite so lucky. Oh, actually, I guess Gardevoir is lucky. She's already got her stone too, but Venusaur, Feraligatr, Marowak, as you saw there, and then any of the other Mega Stones that we already had, I think might just be a lost cause, which really sucks. So if you guys know any way that I can maybe fix that, let me know in the comments. Like I said, putting him into the PC doesn't seem to work. So we're just gonna move along to the next Delta Pokemon, which is actually a bit of a ways away. We're gonna go all the way to Miara Town. Or I guess we can just fly directly to the Whirl Islands. Which one should we do first? Yeah, let's go to the Whirl Islands. This should be pretty quick here. And there's actually 2 Delta Pokemon, I think, that we can get here. So, if you guys don't remember, or from the recap, this is where we fought Audrey last, and we took down her Lugia. But over here, after we got the ability to dive, there is actually some dark waters that we can explore with our scuba gear. I keep forgetting that the HMs aren't a thing in this game. We actually just have some crazy items to do it for us, like the Lapras that we're on right now. But down here in the depths of the ocean, we will find a little hidden treasure. Now, you probably can't exactly tell what that is just from the sprite, so I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and we'll take this thing on. It is another Delta Pokemon, and it is going to be the Delta Clamperl. I think a fun little game could be to try to guess what the Delta Pokemon's type could be before we actually see it. I mean, technically I already know, so I can't play the guessing game, but you guys feel free. Go ahead and play the game. Try to guess right now what this Delta Clamperl is going to end up being. Okay, well actually, that kind of gives it away right there. If not the very, very spiky and menacing looking teeth that it's got there. I would not reach for that pearl, man. Not in a million years, but we got it weakened down, so let's go for a Dusk Ball. I don't think it's really quite dark down here, or considered a cave, technically, so this might not work out. Or maybe it does, okay. I mean, it's pretty dang dark down underwater in the depths. Especially the deeper you go, the darker it gets. But this is going to be the Dragon-type Snare Pokemon, Delta Clamperl, discovered by Young Bro. These names, dude, I love it. It catches prey in its jaws by pretending to be an unassuming shellfish. Yeah, you ain't tricking me, Delta Clamperl. Not in a million years, like I said. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting one because, of course, Clamperl has 2 potential evolutions. I don't know what the evolutions types could be, but I'm gonna guess that it's different depending on if you go for Delta Huntail or Gorobus. You know, it'll be Dragon and something else most likely. But I just noticed we actually have the Deep Sea Tooth and Deep Sea Scale already, so we could definitely evolve that Delta Clamperl. I mean, I don't know if it evolves by the same methods, but I'm gonna assume that it does. But I'm really curious to see what Delta Huntail and Delta Gorobus's types are, so we're gonna move along to the left and to the Stormy Seas, which were ravaged by the rising of Lugia. Look at that, there's a little Corphish chilling on the rocks there. Damn, they had Pokemon in the overworld before Sword and Shield. Just keep that in mind, guys. Pokemon Insurgence did it first. Well, technically, I guess Heart Gold did it way back, and a couple of other games maybe, but over here in the corner, we might notice a very small little area that we can dive underwater in. It's a bit easy to miss, but it'll lead us to another cool reward here. Actually, I don't remember what it is right now. I'm kind of blanking, so this one actually will be a surprise. At least from like a couple of hours ago when I was practicing this, but Lush Island. Oh, okay, now I remember what this is. So, if you check the sign over here, it tells us it's an old place where Dunsparce used to gather. But if we look around, you'll notice there's no Dunsparce to be seen. Or actually any wild Pokemon at all. Lush Island seems to be just as barren as my upload schedule for the last couple of years. But there is a Tesseract interaction thing. So I guess we'll just call upon the powers of Celebi to remind us of the good old days that I'm trying to relive right now. And we get ourselves a Milotite, which is pretty self-explanatory. We got the the Mega Stone for Milotic, not Delta Milotic. I don't even know if that's a thing actually, but yeah, it says this island is a place where a lot of Dunsparce used to gather. However, you literally can't encounter any wild Pokemon here, at least not in the grass. But if we check this tree here, you'll notice it's a dry, empty bush. Huh? There's something crawling around. Oh God, not bugs. I hate bugs. Get off of me. We got Delta Dunsparce, the water bug out here, reminding me of the days when I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing and those little water bugs ruined the Tarantula Island. Man, I love doing Tarantula Islands, but those water bugs made it so annoying. Let's just go for a Great Ball. I don't think we can weaken it. I mean, it's at level 38, so if it is actually a water type like it looks like, then we could go for a Flame Charge or two. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that because the Great Ball obviously not going to work out there. So Flame Charge away, and it's actually neutral effective, which makes me wonder what type this Dunsparce could be. Thank you for making me a water type. That should actually make our Flame Charge a little bit weaker, and thankfully not going to knock it out there. I thought for a second that maybe we did accidentally kill it. That would have sucked, man, because this is the one time that I forgot to save right before encountering it. But thankfully we don't knock it out, and we're going to go for the Great Ball here. 1, a 2, a 3. And a Dunsparce has been caught. Not exactly my favorite of the Delta Pokemon we're going to get today, but it is a water bug Pokemon. Oh my God, I've been saying it's a water bug this whole time, and it's literally a water bug. First discovered by Lunar Dusk. Despite having a menacing appearance, it is quite friendly and skates across pond surfaces. Yeah, I'm not too sure we're going to end up using that one, but another one for the decks at least. Whoa, did it just get dark? Or was that just me? The water got a little bit murky there. Oh, okay, at least we can still see where we can dive back down. But actually, can't we just fly on out of here? I wonder if this is considered like an area we can't fly from. Ooh, we can. Nice. Okay, so we're going to head over to Miara Town up next. And there's actually a couple of Delta Pokemon that we can get here. One of them actually is in this building, I believe, or at least I think this is the right building. Yes, it is, the Trade Outpost. So pretty much everybody in here wants to trade, and as this lady is spoiling, someone is actually willing to trade for a Delta Pokemon. I believe it's this young man here. I probably have the rarest Pokemon in the building, a Delta Pokemon. It's a coughing to be specific. If you want to trade for it, I'll need something valuable in return. How about a pseudo-legendary Pokemon? That is a pretty steep price, my dude. But I do think we have... Oh, no. Oh, no. We're not doing that, man. We could trade Gojira, but nah. Gojira has been with us for too long. Well, actually, I don't think we got Gojira that... we got it pretty late into the playthrough, actually. But still, I'm not going to trade that one away, okay? The only other pseudo-legendary I think we've got is Haxorus. So we'll just keep that Delta coughing in mind for later on, you know. I think we might actually save this for a future episode, but this is actually how you get yourself a Delta Axew, which I believe is a water and steel type. I guess we can include that in the vote as well, even though we're not technically going to catch it yet. But if you guys want me to use a Delta Axew, then let me know in the comments. I'll tally them up, and, you know, that'll depend on what Pokemon we end up adding into the party. For now, though, let's just fly on to the next one, because that side quest actually takes a little bit of time. And I think there's some trainers to take on as well, so I think it'd be better to get our party sorted before we do that, so we can get some experience and training and all that. But, oh God, what just happened? What the heck? Excuse me? The safety warp? Okay, well, at least we're still in Sonata City, because this is actually where we can get our next Delta Pokemon. Whoa, I forgot this was a thing, too. If I remember correctly, this Gachapon or Pokepon machine can give you anything from, like, a new ability to, like, an item or A new move? I don't know actually if a new move, but it can give you a lot of stuff is my point. So hopefully Mistake gets something good out of it. Oh, look at that. We can still see your little feet dangling down there. Oh, gosh. Got a red Pokeball, it seems, and what's it going to be? An item. Lucky for you, we get an IV Stone. What the heck is that, dude? Like an IV? Like the thing you put into your veins to, like, keep you alive? I mean, okay. Speaking of IVs, we're actually going to be heading over to the Sonata Hospital, where I'm sure there's plenty of people on hooked up to an IV. If you don't remember, this is where Harmony, the gym leader's grandpa, ended up turning into a half Deoxys monster. But over behind the hospital, we can find ourselves not only a PP up, but you might notice there's like a little secret entrance here into the back room. Whoa. Bit of a creepy music going on here too. I like it. Well, actually, I don't like it at all. It's very creepy and unsettling, but we'll manage somehow. Oh my goodness. Wait, is that it for the music? Oh, okay. I thought that was it. That was kind of weird, man. The timing on that. Let's go ahead and use Tesseract over here first, before we go and talk to that mysterious little critter in the corner there. We've got the Audinite, which is of course the Mega Stone for Audino. And in the corner we've got, well, let's just find out. The Pokemon seems very hungry and weak. You don't seem to have any food it's interested in. Maybe come back with a certain type of berry? Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? What kind of berry do we need for this thing, dude? Apparently it just needs an orange berry. How do I not have an orange berry? Well, moving along then, since we don't have the most basic of berries ever, I guess we'll head on to the next Delta Pokemon, which I believe should be over in Hecate Town. Yes. I feel like I missed one of them actually. Let me look over my notes here. No, I think we're actually good. We're on track. So here in Hecate Town, we've actually got to head into the Fiery Caverns where we took on the Infernal Cult once. Actually, this guy here I think has another quest for us, but we can't quite complete that yet, so I won't bother him just yet. But where the heck are the Fiery Ruins, dude? Or Fiery Caverns or whatever? Ah, okay, here we go. So deep in here, we're going to be able to find ourselves, I believe, a Delta Snorunt. Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled that, actually. I mean, it still doesn't spoil what type it's going to be, so I guess that's the surprise for you guys. But I believe it's over this way and down the slope. Whoa, mistake. Slow down there, man. About to crush me under all that very sparkly weight there. But we got to go even deeper into the cave to find ourselves the little runt. I mean, I guess you could probably guess what type it's going to be considering the environment that we find ourselves in right now. It's quite hot in here, quite fiery indeed, as our repel runs out, but that's fine. Actually, I don't remember if there's even wild Pokemon in here, but normally you can go all the way into the depths of the cave, but we actually already passed where little Snorunt is. I just want to show off that if you go all the way back, you can just keep going, because as you'll notice there, we've got another Tesseract spot. That's just what I'm going to call them, because I'm not actually sure what they are, but the little whiffs that signifies we can turn back time or get an item. But I guess in this case, we're going to turn back time to the days before the Fiery Cavern was, I guess, so expansive. And by that, I mean, it's not quite as large as you'll soon see. We can't go all the way to the back like we just did, but instead we can find ourselves a ladder to a secret room with items and a little dancing little devil that definitely does not look like a Snorunt to me, but maybe this Delta Glalalite or Tite proves that, as well as the Delta Frostlassite, so we can get Mega Glalie and Mega Frostlass in this game in their Delta form as well. So if you haven't guessed already, this is going to be a Fire-type variant of Snorunt, and after a quick save there, we're gonna take it on at level 50. Oh my gosh. If that ain't the darn cutest little crater I've ever seen, then I don't know what is, man. But it is actually pretty high level, so I don't think this Great Ball is quite gonna work out. At least, well, actually, I don't think level really matters in terms of catch rate. It's usually just a set number, the Pokemon's catch rate, I mean. So since that shook 3 times, I think actually an Ultra Ball might work out here. At least I sure hope it does, because as we found out earlier, I don't really have any Pokemon to weaken these guys with. But hey, doesn't matter because the Delta Snorunt will be caught. The Fire Hat Pokemon is indeed just a pure fire type, but when it evolves, I guess it might become a Fire Ghost as a Frostlass, Delta Frostlass. I'm not sure actually, but originally discovered by Echo the Third as well, it is said this Pokemon helps to guard volcanoes and deep caves from intruders. So yeah, that is definitely another potential party member there. Let's head on to the Dragon Ruins now for the final Delta Pokemon of this episode. And then after that, we'll take a look at them in the PC and you guys can let me know which ones you like the most. But there's actually a couple of other things here in the Dragon Ruins that I never quite picked up. A bunch of items and hidden items, as well as, I think, a TM somewhere around here. Well, actually, let's just pick up this full heal first. I feel like there's another item back here. What the heck? Definitely looks like a spot where an item would be, but I guess not. Ah, there we go. TM 119 for Wildfire, which is definitely a new move here in Insurgence. At least not a move I've certainly ever heard of. No item on that flower, though. That's definitely suspicious, and we already went back there. Oh, wait, actually, did we go over here? Haha! 3 dive balls. Damn, the hidden items just don't stop. But we're not just here for hidden items. Believe me, guys, there is definitely a Delta Pokemon lurking somewhere around here. Aha! Finally, we found the Tesseract spot, as well as a Pokeball up there, but looks like we need Rock Climb to get there, yeah. Rock looks climbable, but we ain't got that just yet, so let's go for the Tesseract. Don't stand right on top of it or it won't work, because it's gonna be a Pokemon this time. No traveling to the past. My dude's just gonna pop right up. And by the looks of things, it is going to be a Delta Bergmite. Why, yes it is! At level 15. I'm gonna guess this is probably a Dragon type as well, considering we're in the Dragon Ruins. So we've got a Dragon-type Clamperl and a Dragon-type Bergmite. I'll leave it up to you guys if I should use either of them on the team, or none of them, because I mean, at the end, I could just end up using the same Pokemon from the original playthrough. The one thing is, you know, the sprites and all that, like I mentioned earlier, aren't quite updated, but we got the Jagged Rock Pokemon Bergmite. Oh, it's actually a Rock-type Bergmite, never mind. Discovered by Zero Breaker. Nearly impervious to physical attacks, its rate of regeneration exceeds the damage that it does receive. Nearly impervious to physical attacks. I'm gonna guess this guy is pretty good when it comes to physical defense then, so he could be a good tank option for our team. Even though I usually don't really use defensive Pokemon, I'm all about that hyper offense, as you guys may remember. But I've grown a bit smarter in my years of playing Pokemon. You know, I gotta get some wisdom eventually and learn to actually make balanced teams rather than just go all offense, especially in a game like this where it's actually a little bit more challenging than your average Pokemon game. But yeah, I think that should wrap it up there for our Delta Pokemon hunt. Wait, the egg is finally hatching as I'm gonna end off the episode. I guess that's good timing then, as a little Munchlax will hatch from the egg. So here's all the Delta Pokemon we've managed to catch, the ones we had before, plus the ones we just caught: Dunsparce, Snorunt, Pidgey, Bergmite, Geodude, and Clamperl. They're a pretty weird ragtag bunch of guys. I mean, aside from the Pidgey, none of them really scream out to me. Like, I guess Delta Luxray is pretty sick too, so I'm down to use any of them on the team. Keep in mind the types and all that, and don't worry about which Pokemon end up getting replaced. I'll decide that. Like Fedoro here, I mean, I would love to keep you on the team, buddy, but you're no longer got that cool Fedora or the Mega Evolution, since we can't access the Feraligatr right for whatever reason. So yeah, I think I'm gonna work on trying to get those custom sprites back. Or if you guys have any MunchingOrange custom sprites, send them to me over on Twitter if you want to make your own clothes or anything like that for the game, because I believe we actually can change our clothes. If you guys have any of those or want to make your own custom sprites for me, then I would very much appreciate it. And if not, then, I mean, I could definitely make my own. Because as you can see, I've got the orange shirt on, but that's not really working. We got the fedora, though. Hey, at least one of us can wear it. Not you, Fedora, but I got one.